So yeah, I am a brief intro zero waste geek. I'm very fond of the Pacific Northwest because I got my MBA in sustainable systems on Bainbridge Island, then landed my dream job at TerraCycle. And I'm so excited to share with everybody all the different things that we do because TerraCycle is super unique. We are a for-profit and we are mission driven. So that mission is near and dear to my heart. It is to eliminate the idea of waste, right? Waste is an idea. It's unique to humans. It's only been around for 70 years or so. And so we get at that mission through multiple different business models that all kind of sit under one roof at TerraCycle. But at the core of what we do, it is around making everything recyclable, like really picking up where, your curbside ends. And then the second way that we kind of get at that mission is through making everything from recycled materials. So pictured there is the world's first fully recyclable shampoo bottle made from 25% marine plastics. And then Tom Zaki, our founder and CEO, brilliant man, through really doing systems thinking, realized, if we stay in recycling, we're never going to fully achieve our mission. We have to go upstream. And that was the catalyst for the launch of Loop around reusability. Going to dive into that more in a bit. And so the last component I just want to share, because it's like what lights up my life, is the innovation. The fusion of art and science at TerraCycle is incredible. A lot of it around R&D and science. Quick, kind of fun facts. We are 17 years old. We operate in 20 countries. And we actually last year launched the TerraCycle Foundation, which is helping emerging markets develop waste management infrastructure, starting in Thailand and then moving to India. We also have Loop Markets shown here, which again, I will get more into. Won't go through every bubble here, but each month we recycle about 1 million pounds of non-recyclable waste globally. We've donated over $44 million to charities and schools. And there's 202 plus million people that are recycling globally. That's another thing that love working about TerraCycle. We're the only international recycling company that I know of. So please, if there's anybody that's going to correct me on this, it'll probably be this crowd. So let me know if you know about any other international recycling companies. We have 40,000 plus corporate clients globally. Unfortunately, waste is everywhere. So we literally work with so many different industries, from big consumer packaged good companies to small businesses, manufacturers, all the way to individuals in their home, mailing us toothbrushes and toothpaste tubes and chip bags, pens, anything. So this slide I love because so much of my job, I feel like I am educating people on the economics of recycling. And we have devised this equation to really try to succinctly explain to people what determines recyclability. And it's this equation, right? You see if the cost of logistics and processing is less than the market value of that material, it's then considered recyclable. Whereas you see the items on the right, the material compositions are getting more complex, and that equation doesn't really balance out, right? The cost of logistics and processing is more than the market value of that material. So all this to say, nearly everything is really technically recyclable. It is a question of, is it profitably recyclable? So I love geeking out on the science of what are, how do we process these materials? What do they get made into? The examples on the right are kind of like your standard supply chain downstream applications, a lot of it plastic lumber. And then we also can integrate into these community builds, and reintegrate these materials into playgrounds. There's closed loop examples where we have been able to take companies that we work with, their waste, and reintegrate exactly into the same product. And then on the left, again, you got to give it to the folks in the design garage, does the design team at TerraCycle that do the art component, right? Upcycling is it's not going to eliminate a huge volume of waste, but it makes it attractive and artful and interesting and engaging. So we're using all the levers we can. How we work with cities often is through one of our free national recycling programs. This is a case study of Pittsburgh. They are the #1 collecting city of cigarette butts in the country, in the US. And we've been partnered for about 5 years. And they were doing collection. You have to have the infrastructure in place. So receptacles around the city, they were just landfilling them prior to working with us. And then we now have, been partnering with them, and you wouldn't believe how these little butts, it's like 0.001 is the weight of a cigarette butt. We have recycled over 3.5 million cigarette butts. That equates roughly to 3,500 pounds of just cigarette butts alone. Here are some other additional opportunities for like large free programs, right? Because cities, it's often, how you kind of get filtered through TerraCycle and how you work with us is like through these 3 core questions: who's paying for the cost of recycling? And then where's collection taking place and in what volume? So these are programs that are, the brands are sponsoring the cost of recycling, and they are open to, anybody that wants to be essentially like a community collector. This is the core of my work. So please reach out to me. If you know of locations that, want to be collecting shaving razors or health and nutrition packaging, there's actually fundraising opportunities with these programs as well. It's a penny a point. And then those TerraCycle points will be redeemed for a donation to the charity or school of your choice. Back to this notion of like eliminating the idea of waste. I'm going to be like really rolling through this quickly because I know we're short on time, but back to this notion of innovating, right? So Loop is essentially this reuse ecosystem for cities and companies around the globe. And it's a platform that enables these consumer product companies to shift from a disposable supply chain to a durable one. The thesis of Loop is like that before the 1950s, garbage was not an issue, right? So it's not a new idea. This is about embracing our past. We didn't always throw everything away. And in the new Milkman time, things were, or in the Milkman time, like things were made to last. And things were durable. And this is actually because who owned the packaging, right? It was the dairy, the milkman. But now, this is all shifted, and this is an actual advertisement from the 1960s. And it's really important, but this is the current reality. It's important to honor why the actors are smiling, right? Disposability does offer this convenience, and it's cheap. And so, these ads were promoting kind of people to save 2 minutes of washing dishes to spend time with your family. And, the cost of goods sold now became the property of the consumer. But like, why do we own things that we don't want to, right? A coffee cup is effectively like your property. And so, we're working to move the cost to manufacturers, and that triggers a cost reduction on design and making it less, delightful when, we own these things, and they are incentivized to make them lighter and cheaper. And so these things over time, they've been lightweighted, the cost, to optimize cost and initial environmental impact. And in the process of this like lightweighting of the change, this journey of packaging that we've gone on, consumer delight's gone down along with packaging recyclability and recycling rates. Consumer delight, if I ask you, what's your favorite beverage, right? Say it's like kombucha or beer. You don't want to drink it out of a plastic pouch? No, right? You want it in a nice beer glass or beer bottle. So the team at TerraCycle essentially asked ourselves, how do we solve the unintended consequences of disposability while maintaining its virtues? We have to use what our behaviors are to incorporate that into the design. And so we created this accessible, convenient, circular economy platform called Loop. And it's this complete ecosystem of businesses and public entities coming together to break the disposability paradigm and make reusability work. And we started with the largest consumer brands redesigning their packages from disposable to reusable. And it's just, here are some examples I'm gonna show you of breakthrough design. These are, fundamental design improvements that, the power that can come if we don't have to count each fraction of a cent invested in design. Not only is it beautiful, but there's added function. This is a double-walled stainless steel pint container from Haagen-Dazs. And then here's our number 2 seller, right? It's important to mimic just the disposable experience. So not only are we incorporating the convenient element in a sustainable way, but then TerraCycle also recycles the wipes. And then this is really cool to think that redesigning not only the package, but revolutionizing the entire product concept sometimes. So here's Signal toothpaste, and this is an innovation to allow, durable containers for toothpaste, no water needed, and right dosing, not too much toothpaste, not too little. This is our number 1 seller in the platform. It's not metal. This is engineered plastic. So within Loop standards, like we're material agnostic. It's all about being durable and cleanable and reusable. You know, you're maybe wondering how can your city make a difference? And again, full disclosure, I am not officially part of the Loop team. I joke to them, I'm their biggest fan. I am happy to connect you with the right person if you want to get more involved, but there's communication opportunities for cities, legislation, and funding. There's my contact info. I apologize for going a bit over, but it is so awesome to be connected with everybody today to talk about this.
Thank you.